So I know this is gonna be bumpy, but I was thinking kind of to myself, and I just felt like I should put this out there. Life is full of hard things, and sometimes it feels like you're not getting anywhere, right? And people will tell you different ways of getting around that, especially if you feel like you're not just not getting anywhere, you're starting to go backwards. Or maybe you're just stuck at rock bottom and you don't know how to get up. One thing that I have really been thinking about lately, as I've seen improvement in some of the areas of my life over the past just month, really, is, and actually there's a quote that, let me say this quote, is from Jim Rohn. He talks about when you're trying to improve or do something new, you can expect reasonable progress in a reasonable amount of time. That doesn't mean that, what that does mean is that is if you, a perfect example, are just working out consistently, let's say push-ups. If you went right now and tried to do 10 push-ups, some of you could, some of you couldn't, right? So maybe you only do 3 push-ups, maybe only 2, and some of you could hardly do 1, right? Well, would it be reasonable to expect that if every day for 1 week, you just went and tried, if you could only do 2 push-ups, you just went and did those 2 push-ups every single day, not trying to do 100 or anything like that, but you just, for 7 days, every morning, let's say before you get in the shower, you just you do those 2 push-ups, and that's it. You don't even try to do more than that. Now, on the 8th day, let's say Monday morning, right before you get in the shower, you say to yourself, all right, I'm gonna do 3 push-ups. And I would be willing to put all of the money that I have in my possession, which isn't that much right now, but I'd be willing to put all of your money on betting that you could do those 3 push-ups. And why is that? I would also be willing to bet that you could not do 30 push-ups if you could only do 2, a week before. Why is that? It's because that is reasonable progress. That is because our bodies don't work that way. Typically, change doesn't work that way. Yes, sometimes we see these dramatic changes in other people, and it might seem dramatic, but most of the time, I would be willing to bet that those people have actually been working harder behind the scenes than you even know about. One thing that so going along those lines, I have 3 kids. I have a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-month-old. And one thing that I have loved about having a new kid that has kind of helped me mentally with progression is that we often focus, for babies, we focus on these big things in life, like when they first learn how to hold their head up, they first learn how to roll, they first learn how to sit, they first stand, they first start taking their first steps, and so on, right? We get so caught up in those. But here's the thing, is when you have this little baby and every day you're watching them, you see these little improvements. And it's not, I'm sorry this is so shaky, but it's not huge things. It's all those those times when they do these milestones. There was so many little steps just every single day, almost every minute of the day, that is progressing them towards it. And that's the thing that we forget sometimes as adults, that we can't just go from crawling to walking in one day. It does not happen that way. It doesn't work that way. And that's so often why we fail and we stop trying. And that is true failure, when you don't try at all. Would you say that a kid is failing when they try to walk and they fall down? They try to walk, they fall down. Is that a true failure? I don't think so. I think that's really a success. Yes, it could be one definition of a failure. Yeah, they failed to walk. They were trying to walk and they failed to do it. But really, we know that that now that you know how to walk, now that you've seen kids learn how to walk, and if you've ever seen a baby learn how to walk or learn how to ride a bike or anything like that, you know that those are just stepping stones, and that is it. It's not failing. It's not like you're done. If you had given up the first time you tried to take a step and then you fell down because you couldn't walk, if you just gave up then, how bad would that suck now? You couldn't go anywhere. So I hope you're getting what I'm trying to get at, is that focus on not the major milestones. Yes, that is goals that you have, but over the past month, and I'm going to upload these videos that I've been doing about working out. I've been working out consistently, and here's the crazy thing: I don't have any major goal in mind. What I do have is goals as far as I want to be healthy. I want to look good. Like I want to have bigger muscles. I want to have a six pack. I want to that kind of stuff. And also I play sports. Like I'll play basketball a couple times a week usually. I play soccer usually once a week, indoor soccer. And when I play, I'm only 5'9", and I sometimes will. I'm not going to let people push me around, but it's one thing to have that attitude. It's another to be able to push back and have muscles or the weight behind you to push back. Because some of these guys that I'm playing against are, at least a few inches taller than me and have a lot more weight on them. Whether that means they're big or buff or anything. Sometimes they just are bigger people, just in general. And I want to be able to hold my own against whoever. And I want to be able to feel like when they run into me, they're like, oh crap, like this guy is I'm not gonna be able to push this guy around, right? And so that's like goals, but it's not like this huge major why. I'm not going for a bodybuilding competition. I'm not like, I don't even know the exact weight I want to be at. I know I want to be around 165 to 170, but I want to look fit. I want to, like I said, I want to get to the six pack. And so what I've been focusing on is building habits. And the key to building habits is using motivation and momentum, as well as, and the way that actually you get that momentum and keep your motivation is, for one, as you build habits, it takes discipline to do that, but there's ways of getting yourself to do it. And progression, seeing progress is something that helps you build momentum, right? Think about a basketball game or any kind of sports game. If your team is down by, let's say 10 points in basketball, and they get to 8 points, and they keep it there, then they get to 6 points, and they get to 4. Like you get that excitement, the crowd starts getting back into it. Once they get down to 4 points, 2 points, and then they tie that game, the crowd goes nuts, and it's only tied. I mean, even before that, sometimes they're going crazy just trying to get their team back into it. And that's what momentum does. So when you have this progression, and what happens a lot of times with that, once they get that momentum, they will take the lead, your team will take the lead, and if they can just keep it going, they don't even, at that point, if they can just stay ahead, you'll win, right? And so that's what's so cool about momentum in your own life, is that momentum and progress help you build habits. So initially it's going to take some type of motivation to get you in the gym, to get you there. And I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow, where I'm going to kind of explain a little bit more why I just decided to start working out, right? But I've seen a lot of improvement in the numbers that I have as far as weightlifting, and even in my body. I've seen my muscles get bigger, and it's been awesome. And I don't focus on all the negative things that I used to, as far as like I work out in my garage, and that's like I said, I'll get a lot more into this, but I don't think about the fact that it's cold out, it's freezing out there. I don't think about that anymore. Like it's like I have to deal with it. I have to wear a coat and stuff, but I just get out there because I'm excited for the new progress. I'm excited for the feeling of getting better and doing more. So it's about focusing on the right things. Stop trying to make these quantum leaps in day one and start focusing on the daily progression. Eating healthier today. You can't expect after, let's go back to the very beginning when I talked about push-ups. So the 7-day thing that I was saying, and you can only do two push-ups a day. Well, that's 14 push-ups. I can almost guarantee you that if you, it wouldn't work. So let's say you didn't do any push-ups for 6 days, and then on the 7th day you're like, crap, I want to do 3 or 4 push-ups tomorrow, so I'm going to try to do 14 right now. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If you are training for a marathon, if you're even just training to run a 5K, or if you're just trying to get healthier, you can't, they say eat an apple every day, or all these different things to keep the doctor away. You can't eat 7 apples on Sunday night and expect the same level of health that you would if you ate an apple every day, right? So just focus on the little things, on the little milestones, just the little improvements that you see babies, where they're just, as they're trying to sit up, they're gonna fall over a lot, but they're still kind of sitting up and just doing it just over and over, and that's good. That's good. So the little progress. So remember this: reasonable progress in a reasonable amount of time. You remember that daily, and that will help you focus on the little things that keep you improving. So this was a little bit long, about 11 minutes, but I feel like I needed to get out there. Sorry it's so shaky, but I'll try to get a better camera as soon as I get even more money coming in. So see you guys. Bye.